Last week, crude oil prices fell very low, and that actually raised the expectancy in people for a price cut in oil. We all know that when crude oil prices go up, all other products are costly. So ultimately, low oil prices might mean low cost of almost everything. But that might not be the actual case here. In this episode, let's see in detail about this oil price fall and what it means to us or whether it will benefit us. Oil prices had fallen below zero for the first time in history last week. Oil producers in the world did not anticipate that the consumption of oil will fall so much. Almost two-thirds of the world is under lockdown now, and when people are under lockdown, energy consumption is less. We all know that in the world market, oil is brought in barrels. One barrel is 159 liters. One barrel is bought for $30, which is approximately 2,000 to 2,500 or maximum 3,000 rupees, which varies every day depending on the dollar value. A negative price in crude oil suggests that sellers were paying buyers to take deliveries in an attempt to avoid storage cost. First thing to know about before getting into the details of oil pricing is WTI. WTI means West Texas Intermediate. It is a grade of crude oil used in US as a benchmark in oil pricing. The May contract of the West Texas Intermediate plunged below zero to minus $37.63 a barrel as the coronavirus outbreak dried up demand and there's no room left to store unused oil. This actually means oil traders are not wanting the physical delivery and were willing to pay buyers to take it off their hands. As WTI is the US benchmark, for Asia the benchmark is Brent crude and it fell below $20 per barrel, which was its lowest point since February 2002. That's because the global economic uncertainty and price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia caused an excessively abundant supply of oil globally. Saudi and Russia are the two biggest producers of oil, and on March 6th, there was a phone call between Putin and the Saudi Crown Prince to discuss about reducing the oil output to shore up the prices. Both countries wanted to reduce the oil output by 3 million barrels a day. They thought that if the oil output is reduced, the fall in oil prices could be arrested. That did not work out, and there was an argument between Putin and the Saudi Crown Prince. We should understand the geopolitics of oil in the world today. There are two nations in the world which are considered to be very valuable just because they have crude oil resources. One is Russia and the other is Iran. America and few other Western countries have issues with both Russia and Iran. So, if crude oil prices fall to a certain level, then Iran and Russia will lose its geostrategic power. So, the Western countries led by the US have been trying to bring down oil prices, especially to bring Russia to its limits. Hope you understand the international politics played by many countries here. So, since the phone call between Russia and Saudi was not successful, the oil production was not reduced by those countries. The continuous production of oil kept reducing the price of crude oil. But with the new pandemic and lockdown of several countries, the demand for crude oil was less. In India, the consumption of crude oil this month is only about 15 lakhs barrel a day, which is way low. In 2018, India consumed about 50 lakhs barrels a day. 20 million barrels a day was consumed by US, China consumed 13.5 million barrels a day, Saudi consumed 4 million barrels a day and Russia consumed 3.4 million barrels a day. These are the big consumers of petroleum. In all those countries, petroleum demand had fallen by 60 to 70% now. Brent has plunged 66% so far this year. According to data from Indian Oil Corporation website, retail petrol and diesel prices in India fell only by 7 and 8% during this period. So, even though if the oil price is too low in the world market, we do not have place to buy and store it. Not only India, the entire world is running out of places to store oil. US has 635 million barrels in reserves. Another element that we should know here is about the crude oil futures. Crude oil futures are future contracts in which buyers and sellers of oil coordinate and agree to deliver specific amounts of physical crude oil on a particular date in the future. Oil is not something that you can stock up for a long time. You will have to buy in futures. If you book now to get oil in the future, you will not get it in the same price. So, last week, few of those contracts were expiring and oil became available to be given to buyers in Oklahoma in US. So, the sellers were ready to give the oil for any amount. That was how the oil prices came low. Now, let's see about production. US produces about 15 million barrels a day. Saudi produces 12 million barrels a day, Russia produced 10.8 million barrels a day, Iraq had 4.4 million barrels and India produces 0.7 million barrels of oil per day. India produces only 1/7 of India's oil needs and the rest is imported. We saw that Saudi and Russia were negotiating to bring down the global production. Another point we should note is that Donald Trump is not willing to cut the oil production in US. Now, Russia says that unless US stops production, they are not going to stop. And once again, we see the geopolitics involved in here. Nobody wants to stop producing or selling oil. This has many consequences. Low oil prices impact other sectors. So, what does the low oil price mean for India? India's oil fortune depends on Brent crude prices. Brent has also fallen, but not like WTI. So, we might wonder if oil prices are low, why are we not seeing it in our fuel pumps? And if the oil prices are low, isn't our government getting rich now? So, India imports over 80% of its crude oil requirements, and the international crude oil price crash may help India to cut the import bill, check inflation and boost tax revenue significantly if the government takes advantage of this situation. The country will need to pay a lot less money to buy oil from abroad. Low oil prices can not only reduce India's import bills, but it can also give an opportunity for the government to increase fuel taxes. Further, low petroleum and fuel costs can also bring down energy prices, and this might moderate the inflation rate. Falling crude oil prices actually have the ability to reduce India's economic pain. However, crude oil price collapse may not have much impact on Indian refiners or on fuel pump prices, at least till June. We should understand that India cannot buy any more fuel and store it because there is no consumption of oil regardless of the price. Next important point is, instead of making money in excise, the government is losing enormous amounts of money because India gets excise taxes only when people buy the product. Since we are in lockdown, we cannot buy too. So, only when lockdown is lifted, people can benefit from the low oil prices, but by that time, oil prices will not remain at the same level. So, this is a demand-supply conundrum. Plus, pump prices are independent of this because large portion of it is taxes. And fuel prices at the pump, though deregulated in India, have remained unchanged for more than a month as the lockdown has brought travel to a halt. Two factors contribute to the gap between prevailing crude oil prices and what the consumers pay at filling stations in India: the rupee movement and 15-day average prices. The Indian rupee has depreciated nearly 7.6% against the US dollar this year. Also, oil marketing companies revise petrol and diesel prices daily based on average crude oil price in the previous 15 days. So, today's price reflects at the pump after 15 days. Even after factoring in the weaker rupee and the time lag, prices of petrol and diesel haven't fallen as much. Consumers didn't get relief because the central and state taxes account for a chunk of the fuel price. For example, in Delhi, as of 10 days ago, the state's share was 21.3% and the central government took 33% of what a consumer paid for every litre of petrol. The breakup for diesel was 14.8% for the state and 30.2% for the centre. Moreover, as crude prices were falling, the central government increased excise duty by 3 rupees each on every litre of petrol and diesel. That's the biggest jump in 4 years. So, though the prices are low, we cannot take complete advantage of it. Hope you understood the technicalities behind oil pricing, and now you might have gotten an idea if we will be experiencing any cut in oil prices in the near future. Thank you for the support. This is Nisha PS.